Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. And yes, we have, it's the new Finch knife day again. Yes, the Roadrunner, the new version of the Roadrunner, I should say, drops today, guys. 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, excuse me. But we do have more new Roadrunners. We'll get that out of here. Now, definitely a little different. Well, we've seen a lot of firsts from Finch here recently. Of course, with the Avalanche, we saw their first venture into Italy. That's an Italian-made knife. And now, with the Roadrunner's not new. This version is because it is Finch's first button lock. Their first button lock knife. And they went with the Roadrunner to try to just give it a shot, I guess. And we are back with QSP. So, side note, that kind of makes me happy. I'll just say that right now. But this one is the Swamp Ranger micarta. So, and I'll get the laptop up here and we'll see the other two that are coming out. But Swamp Ranger, right? Yeah, Swamp Ranger micarta. I don't know why I can't remember that. But anyway, Swamp Ranger micarta. Everything else, pretty much Finch as we know it. Now, you do have two methods of deployment. You've got the flipper tab, and of course, I mean, if you want to use the button lock, you can. Absolutely. Action on this one, not too bad. Back to that nice, it's got a nice crisp detent. And here again, that's something that was kind of missing in the Avalanche. It was that crisp detent, which definitely very nice. Now, of course, you've got that stiletto style blade going on. It is only sharpened on one side. Black wash. You're back with 154 cm. There you go. Finch Roadrunner 154 cm. Back at it, and very nice. Now, there's no secret that the Roadrunner probably wasn't my most favorite of the Finch models. For simply because of that. You know, I'm not huge on the stiletto style of knives because you've usually got, this one's not too bad because they're not that big. I mean, it's okay, but I like to have my thumb lay a little bit forward rather than being held back. And that's just me. I can lay it up there like so, but then we've got this kind of back here. So, yeah. No, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the next Finch that comes out is my favorite Finch. No. The Devil's Finger is still probably my favorite user Finch. It's just, I love what Finch does. And I'm going to get them. They might not be my favorite model. Full disclosure, might not be my favorite model, but, yeah, I'm going to get them. But, all right, let's do a spec check. And I'll get the original out here because there is quite a bit of difference-ish. But, all right, so you're looking at just shy of 7 inches on this one. We're pretty much about 6 3/4. Looking about 3 3/4, maybe a little bit more on the handle. Right about a 3-inch blade, which makes sense. Now, your cutting edge is going to be more closer to 2 3/4. For the cutting edge, and then your grip length, well, it's pretty much 3 1/4 for the grip length, so it does pretty much have that right grip length that I really like. But let me bring out one of the original Roadrunners, and you'll see that there's a pretty decent size difference. So we'll go pivot to pivot. Actually, let's just go back to back, so you'll get a little bit better look at it. There you go. So see, there is quite a bit of size difference. The overall size of the original, almost a full inch. Almost a full inch longer. Not quite a full inch, but probably about, make sure I got them lined up. Yeah, they're lined up pretty equal. Half, almost 3/4 of an inch difference in overall size. And this, the new version, of course, being a button lock. Well, I'll show you up against the bug out. So let's get the bug out there. So, do you guys like the stiletto style of knives? Let me know down in the comments. I carry them. I try to rotate through my Finches. I'll carry the Roadrunner, absolutely 100%. They're in my collection. They need to get carried. But it's bug out-ish size. Bug out's got about a little bit on the handle and about a 1/4 of an inch on the blade too. So, but let's get a weight. We are at, there we go. So 4 ounces. It's got a little bit of weight to it for a smaller knife, 113 grams. Not too bad. But again, you know, following, you know, Finch's, it's a smaller knife. Does go in there nice. Very good. You do have a little bit of peekaboo going on, coming out of the pocket. That's, again, pretty much standard for Finch. They don't have a lot of deep carry. Again, the Devil's Finger is a deep carry, and it is reversible. So I know people like that. But overall, again, I pretty much already said it. Yes, the stiletto style of knife, not my favorite style of knife. It's a Finch. I'm going to get it. Well, they sent this one out. So, Spencer, thank you. They sent this one out. I will be ordering the other 2. And I'll get the laptop up here in just a second. But overall, it's a Roadrunner. It's a smaller version of the Roadrunner. It's a button lock. Needs a little bit of juice in the pivot, I think. Loosen it up a little bit. But we're back to that. We're back to that nice, crisp detent. Which, unfortunately, one of the 3 models of the Avalanche had a pretty decent detent. The other 2 were kind of light. So, just, you know, got to tell it like I see it. But hang on a sec. We've got the Swamp Ranger. There we go. Swamp Ranger, micarta. I'll show you the other 2 models here in just a minute. All right. So here we go. We've got it up. Of course, over here, you've got the Swamp Ranger. We already took a look at that. Now, no matter which one of these you get, guys, $149. That's what they're going for. But this one over here, we've got the Honey Ridge Tan Smooth Bone. I like the looks of that. Oh, yeah. There you go. I wanted to get a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Very reminiscent of, it's a little bit darker, but of the bourbon bone that you see from the RCB knives, which, I mean, you guys know I like that color as well. So, but this is Honey Tan Ridge, right? Honey Ridge Tan, Honey Ridge Tan Smooth Bone. So very cool. And let's see. And now we have this guy. Street Heat Carbon Fiber. Now, it's a little bit different. It's not quite white. It looks more like cream red and blue. It's not that bright white. So I guess that's where we get the Street Heat from. But very cool. Red, cream, and blue. Not red, white, and blue. But again, there you've got the satin blade. Very nice. Those are the 3 versions, of course, with the Swamp Ranger. Now, I like that. See, you're seeing this. There's 6 days. Wait, by the time you're seeing this, it's not 6 days away. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably more like 5 hours. So, just a little bit in advance, getting some stuff done while I can. But these are the 3 new Roadrunners button lock. Finch's first button lock. I think it did pretty well. There's no, this one, again, sample size of 1. There's no stick. No stick whatsoever. No button stick. Not at all. So it'll be interesting to see. I will be ordering the other 2 just as soon as they come available. Absolutely. I mean, you know I will. Thank God for overtime. But hopefully, you guys, if you're into this one. Now, I am showing you this on TPK's website because, well, they're not up on the Finch website yet. So that's why I'm doing TPK. And if you choose to buy one, buy it from TPK. Use my affiliate link. Helps out the channel for me to buy more Finches to give away to you guys. So that's the way it goes. But Thanks a lot, guys. Greatly, greatly appreciate you. Looking forward to getting the other 2 Roadrunner button locks. As always, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.